What's going on, guys? It's the Brigade once again, and we're back at it with another session of Killzone Shadowfall. Alright guys, this is going to be another addition to my Objectives 101 series. Now, in the event that you may have missed the first video, this is basically just going to be a series of, let's just say, 8 videos, because I think there's a total of 8 objective types. This is basically just going to give you an explanation on how these objectives work, tips on what to do when playing them, and how spawn beacon placement will help you in your success toward completing them. Alright, so this particular video is going to showcase search and destroy, both attack and defend. The first half of this video will discuss defend. Now this is basically straightforward. You have 2 targets, target A, target B. They're labeled at the top of the screen. You guys will notice at the top, when a particular target is armed, it will turn red. Not only at the top, but also those icons that you see. In the event that you guys may be new, maybe you're not necessarily familiar with the maps, just chase the white markers, right? And if they're red, please chase after it as well, because once it's red, it basically lets you know that the opposing team have armed them. Now, in order to disarm them, all you have to do is walk up to it and press circle. I don't know how many times missions have been lost because these guys just standing around willy-nilly while the target is armed, and you'll be thinking to yourself like, dude, go run over there and disarm it. Right? So it's one of those situations where in some cases it seemed like the burden is on you to help the team. So I'm hoping that through these videos people will be more informed, right, so we can get a lot better games. Now keep in mind, I think the quality of war zones have improved a lot lately, right, because although I can notice that there are a lot of newer players, the qualities of these war zones are improving in my personal opinion. So that's basically all you have to do, guys. Protect your targets. Now, it is vitally important for you to have a lot of spawn beacons at or around these targets. Now, keep in mind, you don't want them out in the open, because if they're out in the open, they're just simply going to be they're simply going to get destroyed, either by a person shooting them, meleeing them, or putting up one of those e-pulse emitters. So you want to have it relatively close, but you kind of want to have it hitting so they're not as obvious to the enemy team. As you guys notice, I placed one right above A. So basically all you have to do is do exactly what I did, is jump from the top and you're good to go. Unfortunately, we couldn't defend for whatever reason. Right? So now we're going to switch over to attack. Now keep in mind, in both mission types, whether you're doing search and destroy, defend, or attack, it's good to have either ground support turrets or air drones defending an area. Now, when you're doing defending, for a lot of you guys that maybe you're running out of ammo, it's always good maybe if one person may have, let's just say, an ammo crate out, or I know the support class has this like sonar thing, and you don't necessarily want to have it right where the target is because they'll blow it up. But you kind of want to have it more toward the enemy base, because as they are approaching, that sonar will give you an indicator as to what direction they're coming from. So the sonar is good that the support class has. Ground support turrets are good, right, because they're good at defending them once you have armed it. Or, if your team is tasked with defending that particular target, it's good for defending, because, one thing that I would do in particular, if I just so happen to be playing support class and I have armed one of the targets, I might just lay a ground support turret down like what I'm doing right now. And in some cases, I might just leave because we have pretty sufficient defense. In this case, I'm going to stay there because this team is pretty aggressive. If you guys notice, those guys, and obviously when you guys notice this, just understand that it's not because they all have speed boosts and they're sprinting from their base. The reason why they have so many boots on the ground is because they just so happen to have a lot of spawn beacons. So whether you are the attacking team, it's good to have a lot of spawn beacons either at the target location or in the general vicinity. But once again, you don't want it too obvious. You don't necessarily want it out in the open because you don't want them to easily be destroyed. And so number one, you want it for simply more boots on the ground. More boots on the ground is easier for you to either attack or defend. So no matter what the objective type, spawn beacon placement is always key to success to a lot of these missions. And once you've armed it, or even if you're tasked with defending, keep in mind that not everyone has awesome shooting skills. There are a lot of players who are relatively new. Maybe they haven't adjusted to the lack of aiming assist. So it's good for you guys to put your ground support turrets or your air drones. Now keep in mind, are they annoying to fight against? Yes, they're annoying. But who cares if they're annoying? Because your job is to either attack or defend. Now, for a lot of you guys who are assault class, one thing that is helpful that you could do is ensure that you are dropping these E-pulse emitters. I can't stress that enough. There are so many assault players that, in my personal opinion, are kind of selfish in the sense that, yes, they are shooting, but dude, if you guys notice that the opposing team is dropping a crap ton of ground support turrets or air drones, dude, just switch real quick. Drop your E-pulse emitter, run back the next time you die, and put on your speed boost. Or get your stun blast. Because the stun blast can, although they won't neutralize an air drone, they will temporarily neutralize a ground support turret. So I think this particular mission and a lot of others are awesome for the assault class to bring out these E-pulse emitters to neutralize a lot of these guys. You guys notice right there, we have a few of these E-pulse emitters out. Now keep in mind, you guys need to find some good locations for the E-pulse emitters. To a degree, you want them out in the open because remember, the pulse does not go through walls. Just remember that for a lot of you guys that may not be familiar. Excuse me, got a little tongue tied. They do not go through walls, so you kind of want it in an open area to where the pulse can neutralize either the air drone or the ground support turrets, or even take down the spawn beacons, which is even better. All right, so I hope that helped, and hey, until next time, Martyrs Brigade is